Thank you. And the final question goes to Mr. Barnes. In these difficult economic times, businesses, consumers, and taxpayers have had to reduce or limit standard expenses. The government has not. How will you reduce the cost of government?
Well, first of all, I disagree with your statement that the government has not. And people who follow our budget over the last 3 years will note that we have been cutting back on operating costs and reducing our budget each year. This year alone, we reduced our budget by $27 million. Now, because the budget is made up of revenue and expenditures, we try to get the expenditures down as low as we can, and then we go look for the revenues in order to support what our expenditures are. The budget's always going to be balanced, but it's also balanced with grant money. So it's not like you need to look at the money that comes in through real property tax, TAT, some of the fees and those things. But you cannot forget about this huge amount of money that comes in through grants, mostly from the federal government, that also helps to support our economy. So we have reduced our budget every year for the last 3 years. It just doesn't look that way when you look at the total number because we have supplemented our needs with funds through grants. Thank you.
I ask all of you to go to your computers and look up the budget overview for Maui County. I'm going to just read the final numbers, and you can judge for yourself whether the budget actually decreased or increased. In 2007, $467,521,000. In 2008, $524,988,000. In 2009, $561,024,000. In 2010, $572,533,000. Look at the numbers, those are the actual budget. You can get these online. And you tell me whether there's been a reduction or not. I believe that there's been an increase in the total county budget year after year, except for this year, which we're still in. And we have a problem with it.
Please look deeper than the total budget. I don't know if I was clear enough when I said the budget is made up of all of the revenues and the expenses. So you must take that budget apart to really look at where have the expenditures been reduced. And I will say that during the Arakawa years, the budget grew by 50%, 40%. During my years, it grew by 10%. But it's not the growth that matters so much, is did we find the funding to support the budget that we had? And we did. We found the funding by reducing costs in our departments, by delaying purchasing of equipment if we possibly could, by curtailing travel, training, all of these kinds of things that we do to tighten our belt, just as you do in your own households. When money becomes tight, you start to reduce your expenditures. We've done that for 3 years. The way that the budget gets made up and the total gets larger is because we're able to find grant funds. You can't just put those grant funds in a drawer somewhere and pull it out when you need it. It must be in the budget. It is reflected in every year's total.
Again, I'll ask you to go to the general fund and look at the numbers. In 2007, general fund, which excludes all the grant funds and extra, this is primarily the taxes, $279,368,000. In 2008, $307,942,000. In 2009, $328,698,000. In 2010, $347,882,000. The numbers don't lie. There is an increase in the budget. It's not a decrease. How you expend the budget and how you run the management of government is what makes a difference. You have a good manager. In good times, you expand the economy. When we were there, people in the community were actually getting a huge benefit because we had one of the most progressive economies in the nation and the lowest unemployment. That is not currently the case. That is the biggest difference in how government runs.
Senator Lawrence, 2 minutes for closing remarks. We'll begin with you.
Yes, thank you. Thank you once again, West Maui Taxpayers Association, for holding this. I hope that you are akamai enough to get through and get to the bottom of some of the challenges and the statements that are made here. I trust that our voting public is smart enough to discern the truth from exaggeration. And I hope that you all will be that type of a voter. We're on a good road to recovery. We've laid a foundation, particularly in economic development, in the area of renewable energy and green technologies. We need to continue on this road, not for the next 4 years. We need to continue this road for the next generations. We need to build that diversification in our economy that includes the green technology and also in agricultural sustainability. And that's what I want to continue to work for you for. So I hope that I have your support come November 2nd. Thank you.
As mayor of Maui County, I don't believe in voodoo economics. The numbers speak for themselves. And I ask all of you to go to the computers, look it up, and you'll be able to see those numbers for yourself. As in every one of your households, you have to balance your budget. We have to balance our budget. And I can tell you, in the Arakawa household, the cost of living has gone up over $300 per month in the last 3 years. It seems that when we go to the grocery store, we're paying a lot less we're paying a lot more and getting a lot less. And if any of you are seeing otherwise, please let my wife know where you're shopping. I know when we were in office, we didn't have the hundreds and hundreds of foreclosures that we're having right now. We didn't have the unemployment that we're having right now. Businesses were having problems getting employees, not employees having problems getting jobs. I know that when we were running government, we were taking care of you as a public, and we all try to do the very best, but you have to understand how you're going to deal with the state legislature, the federal government, but first of all, you've got to know basic economics. Amen. And the goal of government still has to be where we care for the community, and our purpose is to take care of the community. When the purpose switches around, where the community is overcharged to make sure that the government entities are healthy at the expense of the community, then we're doing it wrong. I fully intend to come back and reverse this trend because I believe we've lost direction. We're trying to keep government healthy, and we're doing very well at keeping government healthy. This is why those budgets have increased. But we need to also keep the community healthy, which is why we have to stop the foreclosures, we have to create more jobs, we have to create more opportunities for the general public. I ask for your support, your vote. Thank you very much.
Ladies and gentlemen, the candidates for mayor.